Hello everyone! Let's get started with our Python lesson for today. So I got 4 code again. So let's start with 1. Let's say you have a math problem for this. 3 boxes of fiction books and 2 boxes of reference books were just delivered. If each box has 120 books, how much fiction books are there? How much fiction books, reference books, and how many books in total are there? 1 second. Typo. Fiction. There we go. So for our first code, we would just write how many boxes each are. So for fiction books, I would write FB equals 3 because 3 boxes of fiction books were delivered. And for reference books, I would write RB equals 2 because 2 boxes were delivered. We're going to be using define. So we'll ask define book in parentheses num and then a colon. This is a colon. And then where this parenthesis starts, write num1 is equal to num. Right here, that's for multiplication, 120. Then at the same position, return in brackets num1. So what it will do is, it will say num1 is num times 120. So we ask return it, so it doesn't show the code yet. So let's say n equals book FB. Let's write that. And then n2 equals book RB, right here. There's no indents for the rest of the code. Then we would want to write print, and then in brackets, here, write number of fiction books with quotes, then a comma, space, N1. N1 will print the book FB. Do the same for reference books, but this time write N2 and reference books. Then for total number of books, you would just write total number of books. Then you would write a colon and then quotes. And this time we have to write N1 plus N2 because that's the whole thing. So let's name this book.py. Save it. And now let's go to Python and let's try it. There we go. It worked. At the end, it all worked out. So let's go into our next code. Let's say a store is having a sale, and if people are buying things over $2,000, they get the item minus $200. So let's say a person is buying a TV, which is $2,380. And let's say they're also buying a printer, which is $259. You would write that, except do not write print. You have to write print, P-R-N-T, because if you write print, then we'll literally think it's the code print. So at the same indent, you want to write if TV is greater than 2,000 with a colon. We write this because in the question it said if people are buying things over $2,000, they get the item minus 200. And then where this 0 starts, you have to write TV equals TV minus 200, because then people will know that the item is going down. Then you want to print whatever you want, like I wrote here first, total amount Josh pays is, I wrote $, and then here I wrote TV plus print. So I put it like this, quotes, comma, quotes, comma, this. So let's save it and try it out. Mart.py, Mart as in market. Let's try it out. Nice. Okay, now that's done, let's move on to our next question. So let's say you want to print 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, but you want it like this. Usually it will come out as this. If you try a different code, it would usually come out like that. And you don't want that. So what you would do is, first we're going to be using for loops. So write in for A in range 1 to 10, so it will print the numbers 1 to 9. In parentheses put 1 to 10, then put the colon, and then where the spaces, write for B in range 1, and then comma, A plus 1, in brackets, then write a colon, and then where the B starts, write print A, comma, end equals quote, quote. What that does is, instead of writing like this, it will give a stop and it will actually go like this. But for that to happen, we also need to write print that. So let's try this out. Let's call it num.py. And let's try it out. There we go, it worked. At the end we got 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. And you all just learned the end function. So let's go on to our last code of the day. Let's say you want to write a code to know if a letter is a vowel or a consonant. Right before that, let me just do that. Okay, so let's say T1 equals input. For this, we don't write int input because int means number. If you just write input, you can type in letters. And in brackets, I wrote, quote, letter, colon, space, quote. And then let's make a list like vowels equals, you have to write it like this, a single quote, a letter, a single quote, comma. Keep doing that until you have all the vowels, lowercase and uppercase. So then you want to write if T1 in vowels, so then it's asking like, is the letter you output, is the letter you inserted in the list of vowels? If so, because we're using an if function, where the spaces, you have to do like print the given number, the given letter is a vowel, something like that. And then at the start write else, and then don't forget the colon. Don't forget the colon here too. And where this print starts, write print given letter is a consonant. Or at least that's what I did. So let's save this and find out. Let's call this V or C dot py. Okay, let's try this. V or C dot py. And see, it's asking us to type in a letter. Let's do like H. See? So let's try with a vowel this time. It worked. Oh, it did not, because I accidentally printed it with the slash. There you go. Given letter is a vowel. Well, that's the end of today's lesson. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.